All right, guys, so I'm back wrapping up. So I have given you, let's see, 36 weeks. Let's see, 36 weeks. I gave you the topic, the name of these topics. I'm sorry, so long, but it's very important. I feel like these were important stories. 36 weeks, why hospitals should be your backup plan, C-sections, and why black women die at a higher rate than any other race. And those are I'm a list of documentaries and the books that I read during this week. And I want to leave this with C-section survivor mothers, because I know some women get in their feelings when you start spreading awareness about this topic and justify that they had to have their C-section. I just want you to know that if you had a C-section and you're still here, you give all honor and glory to God. Whether you had a sickness or whatever, you give honor and glory to God, because this could have been you, black or white. This could have been your story, and you could not have been here with your child raising your baby, or it could have been your child. So I ask you, don't get offended. If you survived a C-section, you are blessed. You are highly favored. Just like the woman that had a vaginal birth like myself, I am blessed and highly favored, but I still paid a price, which was losing my child. So this is why I'm on this path. But if you survived a C-section, you are blessed and highly favored. And it's nothing wrong with learning the information. And, you know, if you choose to go back, if you get pregnant again, if you choose to go back, and you're watching this video, you know what you're walking into. You're not walking into it blindly. You know exactly what you're walking into. I discussed how many layers they have to cut, the procedures, and everything. So just know that you're blessed to be here, and you're not part of a statistic. You still got another opportunity to, every day you wake up, you got an opportunity to be a mom, a wife, girlfriend, whatever your situation is. But I put this disclaimer up there. I am not a doctor. I'm just giving out information. But don't look down on other women that is spreading awareness to justify your C-section. And a lot of women do that out of fear. So just want you to know how blessed you are that you are still here and your baby, knowing what all this is going on. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. So next week, we're getting through it. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be 37 weeks. So next week, we're going to be talking about the rise of unassisted birth, how midwives are turning into midwives. And I've already been doing some research on unassisted birth, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's not much on the internet about unassisted birth. You go to Wikipedia, they telling you how dangerous it is. You go to, different sites. If a child dies during a home birth, fear is centered around that one child that died. But if you look at the statistics in the hospital, babies are dying and women are dying more in the hospital than they are at home. So, but the midwife community and, and the birth centers are getting brutally punished for losing one child. It's like you're expected from them to be perfect. But I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to really talk about, I think I'm in a better place with what happened to me with my midwife here, and I'm in a better place, concerning my anger, because I was really, really pissed. And I think this time when I tell the story, I can tell it from a forgiveness place. I've grown so much since I had that incident to happen to me, and I am a better person now. I mean, concerning birthing naturally. So, and I look back and I realize I didn't need those ladies in my life. So I will share that at 37 weeks. It's getting closer, and I'm gonna just keep going down the line, and let things happen on God's timing. So God bless you, ladies. And I want to say one more thing, and I'm gonna be done. To white women, I want to encourage you and tell you this: we are all women, no matter what color skin we are, white, black, blue, green. And I think it's important for us to start supporting each other instead of sitting back and watching another black woman go in the same hospital that you go in and don't get the treatment, the equal treatment that you would get. I think, if you love God, you will speak out on these things. And if you have any issues in your heart, ask God to help you deal with them, because I'm going to tell you, racism is not of the Lord. Prejudice is not of God. So speak up. If you have a black friend that is pregnant and she thinking about going to the hospital, don't try to change your mind, but educate her. Give her the advice that you have easily access to. That's my encouragement, because this country has just divided us through racism, and it's just not fair. It's not fair at all. So if you are a woman of God and you're white and you see this going on, speak up about it. I already see women on TikTok, white women, are taking this story and they're saying something. They're not being quiet. There was a white nurse on TikTok, and she actually tells you she sees the racism as being a nurse in birthing and delivery. She sees the difference between how white women are treated and how black women are treated. And she actually said I could get in trouble for this. But she sees the difference, and she makes it clear that she tries to treat black women the same as she would her white patients. And I salute people that are standing up. You could just turn your head and receive all the privileges that white women get in hospitals than black women, or you can make a difference by breaking that cycle and saying something. So I would encourage you to say something. Also, on the clip of Aftershock, I think Amber Rose Isaac's boyfriend, he went to a university where these ladies were coming doctors and OBGYNs, and they're going to school for it. And he shared their story, and one of the white ladies said that, hey, as being white, I can just easily be a part of the problem, or I can be part of the solution. And she was basically saying, I don't want to get caught up in the system, because the system trains. And we also got to remember, these doctors are trained one way. These nurses, these doctors, this is the way. They're not trained with natural birth. They are trained medicine. Put this mom on the conveyor belt, persuade her to get a C-section. If you see any little thing wrong, heart rate, persuade her to get that C-section done, because we have other people we have to tend to. We ain't got time for 24-hour labor and delivery. We don't have that time. So when you go to medical school, you put on this one-way train of how to give birth, and there's no other way. So nurses that give that do births, assist with the doctor's birth in hospitals, they've never seen a natural birth. And when I seen on a documentary, I think it was Born Free, and I think it was Aftershock. They have meetings about you, about how much medicine they should give you. Everybody sitting around having a meeting about that patient. You know, and no, they're not talking about natural birth. They're talking about how fast can we get this done, what diagnosis you got, how much Pitocin they should give you. They're not talking about, you know what, let this happen on its own. And I would say this, I think protesting and speaking up is good. I think all that is good. But you have to realize when you start protesting, you are trying to change a system that has already been set at the beginning of way back in the 1900s. These elitist doctors set this foundation like this, and you have to realize that this system is set up for profit, not for the benefit of women, but for profit. And protesting against the system and going in the hospital, doing your birthright, I don't knock it, but I would say this: if my people will call by my name or humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, God will heal the land. And this is why I have really, instead of trying to fight to change the system, and it can be done if a lot of people will speak up, but it's not a lot of people out there that's talking about this. We're so obsessed with what we see on social media, and we're not paying attention to this stuff. We're just getting on that conveyor belt and we're just doing whatever we got to do. Oh, my baby's here, and that's it. But nobody's paying attention to what really needs to be paid attention to. So this is my opinion. Protesting is good, and it's spreading awareness. I'm spreading awareness right now. It's all good, but I tell a woman, have your baby at home. If you're not in any, walk away from the system and get a leap of faith and trust the Lord. He is the one that created you, your body, and your ability to give birth. If so many people, so many women decided to properly take care of themselves and make a decision and come together to help each other and have their babies at home, the hospital would go bankrupt. Just that one department. Having babies is big business for the hospital. If we walk away from the system and build our own, they wouldn't have women. Hospitals would be bankrupt. Just that one department, even though they treat cancer and car accidents, but birthing is big business. So this is another reason why with my son that I got off the train of promoting, protesting about jabs. And I made a decision. I'm going to give you the information. You make the choice. If you want to get your child jabbed, that's your business. I told you my story. I'm just giving up, but getting out there protesting, and I don't even talk about it much on social media anymore because people still gonna do what they want to do. And I wrote about this in my book, so that's why I have asked God to give me a different way to advocate. I'm done protesting, making speeches. However, I just want to be under however God leads me. So I don't bother people when it comes to their children and getting out there putting signs. I know how to get on my knees and pray. And when God tell me to speak, like He led me to this path of talking about this now, that's what I'm doing. I want to be God led, not driven by my anger and why my child had to die. And I want to change this. The system is already set. When you walk away from the system and come together and help each other, that's when change really happens. So I'm going to end this, you guys. God bless you. Happy birthday. Happy baby. God bless y'all. And I will see y'all sometime at the end of next week, Lord's willing. And I will be 37 weeks. All right, y'all. Goodbye. God bless.